Not so sure if this is gonna work the same. Oh no, we're good here. We're good here. This one stays put. Not like my heavy phone does. Okay, quickly, just want to talk about something that I was just talking about with a couple of my clients. And it is, they wanted to understand, they said, is it okay if, if it says, let's do 10 reps, is it okay, like, if we go a little bit slower and don't finish the reps? And my response to that is, yes, it is more than okay. We put reps in our head because that is an estimate, because we look at numbers as this thing that is very easy to quantify. So we look at, reps, we look at weight, we look at speed or time, and they're very easy to quantify. Either you counted to 10 or you did not, right? So that's super easy to quantify. This is 35 pounds, this is 25 pounds, right? That number on the clock says 15 minutes. In 1 minute, it'll say 14 minutes. So we look at those things because they are very easy to quantify. That doesn't mean they're the best variable to use when we want to burn fat or gain muscle or move better or get in shape or any of the things that you do for exercise. So just because that number says, okay, you got 30 seconds on this, that's great. What does that 30 seconds mean? Because we are looking for that thing to do something for us, for that exercise to do something for us. So I don't do push-ups so I can say I did 50 push-ups, right? I do push-ups so I can strengthen my shoulders and my upper body, and I can feel good in the upper body. I can get stronger. I can build muscle right here and right here and right here and right here and right here, and maybe even some here. That's why I do push-ups. So the rationale of I did 50 of them makes no sense if those 50 did not help me gain muscle here and here and here and here and here and all this stuff. If that's not doing a good job of that, the 50 is meaningless. If I said I spent 35 minutes on the bike because I'm trying to lose fat, if I just pedal like this for 35 minutes, that probably isn't helping me like if I pedaled for 7 minutes and went like this, right? So we look at these numbers as the thing that we are associating with what we need to do, rather than, well, you want those push-ups to do something for you. You should probably do those push-ups to the most effective way possible, right? That doesn't mean counting to 10 or counting to 50. That means every single one of those push-ups should be done very well to the best of your abilities. That means when you're on the bike to do something to raise your heart rate so you get in better cardiovascular shape, to raise your heart rate so you can burn more calories so you lose weight, rather than saying, I was on the bike for 35 minutes. Right? If you say, I was on the bike for 35 minutes, that does not tell me anything in terms of if that was very effective for you, if it was a good use of your time. Right? So instead of, let's always be obsessed with these, I did 42 reps of squat jumps, I did 68 mountain climbers, right? Now let's start looking at, are those things doing the things that we intend for them to do, right? Quit looking at the numbers, quit being obsessed with numbers of repetitions or time or weight, and start looking at, is what you're doing effective? Is what you're doing effective? So that's why I say start thinking about movement quality, right? Start thinking about movement quality rather than repetitions of exercises. Because a lot of the times you do these repetitions of exercises and they're not helping you at all because they're shitty reps, right? So I can look at the push-up, right? I'm gonna do 15 push-ups for you right now. Just watch this, watch this. I'm gonna do 15 push-ups. Right? So I just did 15 push-ups. Did that help me get stronger? For someone like me, the answer is no, it did not. For someone who's never done a push-up, I don't know, maybe it helped him get stronger. But the problem is, we look at that and like, 15 push-ups, got it. Here's what I'm gonna do. And then you do these just horrible things, right? But instead, if I said, hey, we're gonna do push-ups to exhaustion, or we're gonna do as many great push-ups as you can do. I don't care if it's 3, I don't care if it's 333, right? So now, okay, my goal or my intention is to do a push-up that can be effective for what I'm looking for, right? I wanna build upper body strength. Great, push-up is a great exercise to implement in that programming, right? So now I'm gonna do that same push-up, and I'm not gonna have a number in mind, right? I'm just gonna do push-ups in a way that I know is working my chest, my arms are challenged, abs are tight, butt squeezed, and I'm working in a full range of motion, that the quality of movement is good. I think that's 8, maybe. Whew. That might have been 9. I don't know what number that was. But now I did a push-up that's actually going to help me grow. It's going to help me get stronger, right? So I didn't look at a number and say, hey, I've got to do 15 of these. What I did was say, I've got to do as many of those as I need to do to be effective for me to implement the change that I want to occur from doing it. Right? So instead of looking at those numbers, start looking at how well you are doing an exercise. Right? Let me just hook up a TRX here real quick. Right? And so you'll see this a lot with TRX exercises too. And so you'll see people, I'm just gonna fake this. Don't look at this. You'll see people do, squat jumps in the TRX, right? We're gonna do it for 30 seconds, we'll say, right? And they do this for 30 seconds. All right, you get a minute off after you do it for 30 seconds, right? So that's what they'll do for their squat jump. I don't know what they're trying to do with that squat jump. It raises your heart rate a little bit. That's great. But if you're trying to do a squat jump that's going to maybe increase your muscles' ability to explode and produce power, that probably ain't it, right? That's probably just gonna give you monotonous repetition of an exercise that isn't really great in the first place. But if I change that squat jump and I say, I'm gonna do 30 seconds of squat jumps, and I start doing this, that 30 seconds does 2 things. My heart rate goes through the roof, right? So if I'm looking for exercises that help with fat loss, boom, got one. If I'm looking for exercises that increase my explosive capacity, boom, got one. If I'm looking for exercises that increase the muscle in my legs, boom, got one, right? As opposed to, again, this guy, which, am I jumping? Yeah. Am I going for 30 seconds? Yeah. Is it helping me do anything? It may help with calorie burn a little bit, right? Just a little, right? But instead of taking that 30 seconds and saying, I'm gonna do the minimum required in that 30 seconds so I can say I did it. I could do this for 30 seconds. Instead of saying that, say, okay, how can I most effectively use that 30 seconds? Right? What am I looking to do? I want to burn fat. So I'm going to use this 30 seconds to be very explosive with my squat jumps. I'm going to use this 30 seconds to really make every jump one of the best jumps I've ever done. Right? Look at it that way. I don't care if I get 20 in or 6, right? Depending on where I'm at in life and fitness, I want those jumps to be as effective as possible. All right, so I can look at, let's take a weight. That's heavy for right now. So I can look at this. Let's say I wanna build my shoulders, right? I wanna build my shoulders. Oh, hey, bro. So we're gonna do some shoulder presses. All right, so I can look at this and I can say, if my intention with this is to do shoulder presses, right? So I can build this, right? And I do that, or I go, right? I'm losing the intention of what the exercise is for. Just because I counted to 10, again, doesn't mean I effectively use my time or effectively use my body in a way that I want to approach my goals. So I look at this and I say, okay, if my intention is to build my shoulders with this exercise, I'm gonna tighten my abs, I'm gonna lose the ability to help my shoulder with the rest of this. And I'm going to square up, I'm going to use my shoulder and the rear delt to push that over my head. And I'm gonna come back, right? Now, could I do more of these with heavier weight if I went faster, use momentum on the down, and pushed up through my body? Could I do more weight? I bet I could. Is it a better use of my time? Probably not, right? But if I do this and I go here, right, and I don't arch my back, abs tight, this goes right into my shoulder. And so now I'm effectively using this exercise to reach a goal or to reach a stimulus that I'm looking for with this exercise, rather than just doing the exercise and saying I got it done, right? That is the difference in all of these things. I was just talking to my clients and I said how I wish that we were not so obsessed with these numbers of everything, right? The numbers are what mess things up and allow people this room for error and allow people this lack of progress in their training, in my opinion. Because we get way too obsessed with the number and not obsessed enough with what I'm doing, with the quality of what I'm doing or the intention of what I'm doing. And we could probably go way up high with our progress if we really paid attention to how well we were doing the things we were looking to do, rather than counting the things we're doing, right? It's one of those things, it's like your exercise is studying, right? I was talking to them because one of them just graduated high school. And I said, hey, if you studied fast or did a lot of studying very poorly, would that help you on your test? Would that help you with the end result of what you want? Would that help you if you said, okay, oh, it's biology, let me open my biology book and flip the pages as fast as I can? You went through your biology book. Did that help you pass the test you're looking for, or did that help you retain the information of biology if you flipped the pages as fast as you could? No. Did you get done? You could argue, sure, yeah, you went through the book. Did it help you with the intended benefit or effect of the thing you did that for? No. Right? And that's the same thing with these things. Right? If I take this, my intention in the squat jump is what? Explosive power, building the legs in my the muscle in my legs. Those are the intentions. The intention is not time. The intention is the effectiveness of the exercise. So if I do this for 30 seconds when I should be doing this, I did not effectively use my time, and I should not expect the results that I want. Right? Push-ups, same thing. If I do this and count to 15 instead of this, I shouldn't expect the benefits that I'm supposed to be getting from that exercise. So I'm going to end it with that. We need to start looking more into the quality of what you're doing rather than the quantity or the time you're doing it for. Right? Watch this. I just cleaned this dumbbell. Right? I did it. I cleaned it. Is it clean? No, because I didn't use the right mechanics. I did not, I cleaned it, but I didn't use the stuff that cleans it, right? I exercised, but I didn't exercise in the way that would be effective. Right? It's as simple as that. And so we just have to start looking at it that way, and then we start to get the results that we want.